In the parking lot of the McKinney Fire Department,
Stayed there until
Matt
both
Olivolo
towers had
took out a
fallen.
photo
This is
album
the first tower here,
that he doesn't often share with a lot of people.
and I think this was the last photo I took that morning.
September 11th, 20 years ago, he was U.S. Marine Matt Olivolo, headed to work driving across the Verrazano Narrows Bridge from Brooklyn to Staten Island.
And I looked to my right as I'm driving. I looked off to my right-hand side, and I saw, the tower just on fire.
His camera captured the images that we all know now, too painfully well.
As I was taking photos, the second plane hit.
Oh my God.
As an active duty Marine, he tried to help in the days that followed any way he could.
We were going to help them offload bodies from the towers, or so we thought.
But he never got the chance.
Then they told us to stand down because the bodies, there were no bodies to take out because they were covered by the rubble.
Then, weeks later, at an Army base in Brooklyn, he found this painting, abstract and simple, but the same view across the water he had on September 11th.
I just had to purchase it. It was just one of those things. I wanted to remember what the skyline looked like. When you were actually there, seeing it happen, it left an impact on my life that would never go away.
Which is why these 20 years later, we're back at the McKinney Fire Department. He wanted his prized portrait that normally hung in his living room at home to have a more honorable place to stay.
It always impresses me that the public wants to remember, the public does things to remember.
And what impressed the fire chief this time was Olivolo, now a public relations specialist for Baylor Scott & White Health, walking into the McKinney Fire Department headquarters to offer the portrait and the memories it carries.
That's an emotional question, actually.
And to a fire chief who asks his crews to risk their lives every day.
When I first saw the painting, it took me back.
The painting speaks loud and clear.
And then it brought all the emotion, the remembrance, everything from that day. Yeah. All those memories came back, all those thoughts when I saw those towers in that painting.
The painting is now on a wall leading to the chief's office. Fire department leaders walk by it every single day, and it speaks to them every time.
Not enough is said about the courage that was portrayed that day. Responders, civilians, military personnel alike rushed into the flames to get people out. It's words can't describe that kind of courage. It's just.
But that's what a portrait like that reminds you of?
That's what a portrait like that reminds me of.
For Olivolo, that's all he wanted, a reminder of sacrifice, loss, and courage.
It kind of just has that feeling of remembering. There's a generation now that were born after 9/11 that to them it's just in the history books. Right. But to those of us that were there, it's still fresh on our mind. So I just want all of us to simply not forget what happened that day.
And that's the power of a single picture with the thousands of words and memories it continues to paint. In McKinney, I'm Kevin Reese.